What we're showing off today is two masters. So we have one new master, Luna, and we have one returning master, Bjorn, from the original games that everyone should recognize. And kind of at a high level, what we wanted to do with Peggle 2 was take all of the great stuff about Peggle and Peggle Knights and just amp it up a little bit more using the hardware that we now have access to. And so we've taken the Peggle masters, we've removed them from their previous homes inside of the gun, and now you'll see them fully realized and animated outside of the game board. So I'll show you Bjorn real quick. You can see that Bjorn's world is now fully realized behind him. He is outside, totally animated, and Bjorn will be reacting to pretty much everything we do. So every shot that we take, every success that we have, Bjorn will be there ready to congratulate us. Basic Xbox controls are in play. We have a left controller or left thumbstick to move the aimer, A to fire, and then we have a bunch of controls that allow you to take more fine-grained control over your shot. So you can use the bumpers or the triggers to get a little bit more precise with how you're shooting the ball. One of the other things that we've added a lot of that you can't necessarily hear here is a new audio system. And so the audio system really enables us to amp up the immersion factor in the game and to let players feel the game change as they do better and progress through a level. And so as you're clearing away orange pegs, we have a whole new set of sound effects. We have a whole new set of music movements and phrases that react and kind of amp up in intensity as you go along. We did bring back Ode to Joy, which is one of the big things that I've been asked a number of times today. Bjorn, when you hit Extreme Fever or Ultra Fever, you definitely get to hear the classic Ode to Joy. But with the other master that we have today, Luna, you'll see that we have brand new Fever music as well. And so we wanted to stay true to the original games, but also take things in a different direction. So now that we have a pretty fantastic audio system, we want to take advantage of it by playing not only the old classics, but also adding in some new classics as well. Each level has a number of different objectives, and so we're really aiming to give players the opportunity to kind of play their way through the normal campaign mode of the game, and then have a lot of things to go back and do. And so we really want to reward people for playing the game in different ways. So some levels will have high score objectives that go hand in hand with trying to beat the level, but some of the other level objectives are a little bit more unique. And so we may task the player with trying to get unique style shots, or with finishing the level under a certain score cap. So we really want to give people different ways to play Peggle, make them learn more and more about the systems, because one thing about Peggle is that you can pick it up and it's pretty easy for anyone to play, right? It's like all the PopCap games that are easy to pick up and difficult to master. This is no exception. So there's a lot of layers of strategy that are hidden behind what is a seemingly random game. And so while it may be as simple as just lining up a shot and then watching all the great stuff happen, there's a lot more there if you do want to try to get high scores, if you do want to try to clear all the objectives for all the different levels, and if you do want to try to compete with your friends. So I'll actually go ahead and show you one of the new masters now. So we'll take you through Luna, who's a new mysterious master. She has a brand new master power, and so while Bjorn returns with his super guide power that allows you to see how the ball is going to react over the course of a couple of peg hits, Luna has a very different power. It's called Nightshade. So what Nightshade does is it shoots through blue pegs, as you can see. And so as soon as you activate Nightshade, the next turn it will come into play, and you'll see Luna transform into her Nightshade mode. So it allows you to shoot through blue pegs and get right at any of those troublesome orange pegs. One of the really cool things is that Nightshade's a super deep power, and so while it may seem very obvious that you can get to difficult to reach orange pegs, what may not be that obvious is that as your multiplier goes up, as you're clearing orange pegs away, you'll have the opportunity to shoot through a lot of blue pegs, and you're still getting points for the blue pegs that you're shooting through, even though they may be ghosts and not present on the board. So you can see that as I'm shooting, I'm getting points for every peg that I hit, not only the orange pegs. As your multiplier increases, you're able to shoot through a large number of blue pegs, and so there's a lot of great high scoring opportunities with her power, and everything that we're trying to do with the game sort of follows the same guideline, where we want it to be simple, we want it to be fun, we want it to be immediately obvious what you have to do, but then we want there to be a lot of layers on top of that give the game a ton of depth. And so this won't be a casual title that you pick up and play for an afternoon. there'll be a lot more to do there than what is probably visible on the surface.